Picture a golfer. He wants his drives to go as far as possible, but he also wants them to land in the fairway. Problem is, all of his drives curve way off to the left. There are a couple ways to address this problem. One is to aim his drives to the right and have them curve back over to the left. The other is to make some fundamental changes to his swing so he can drive straight. The trade-off here is while just aiming up to the right would be quicker and more consistent, the curved flight path would be costing him some significant distance. Steady improvement is not always the best way to maximize progress for the long term. When we make big changes, things often get worse before they can get better. When progress takes this J-curve, we need a lot of patience and faith in the process to get through the downswing and push through to the real progress. If the golfer gets frustrated with the initial results of his efforts to straighten out his swing, he may give up and end up with the worst of both worlds. A political system where the leaders of the system have to win frequent popularity contests to avoid relinquishing power to the other leaders with radically different visions for how the system should be run will have a strong bias when making these types of long-term decisions. It is very difficult to keep people believing in a long-term plan when an imposing party is constantly railing against it, pointing out all the short-term costs. To avoid this, politicians in power will often elect to prioritize stopgap policy that does not fundamentally change the system. The media compounds the issue because they profit from advertisements, which means they profit off their ability to keep our attention. Conflict and controversy simply holds our attention better than progress and prosperity. So that's why they focus on politics and partisanship rather than policy and solutions. All of this makes politics devolve into trench warfare, with no one able to take real risks or think outside the box. It is all about grandstanding and finger-pointing. You proudly proclaim your values and blame everything that is wrong in the world on someone else. Now, an ounce of prevention isn't always worth a pound of cure, but when it comes to long-term problems, never getting prioritized means they never get dealt with. And over the decades, the constant mortgaging of our future for the present takes its toll. It's not easy to rebuild a system, but it will only get more difficult as that system begins to crumble all around us.